Alright, let's welcome everybody to yet again another exciting edition of the Madiba official show. It's time for the preview show over here with me, Madiba official. Please, if you're not already subscribed to this channel, kindly do us a favor by subscribing, by clicking on that subscribe button below the screen. And after you are done subscribing, please help us by turning on the bell. So whenever we upload a new video, you'll be notified as soon as possible. It's time to preview how the first game that they will play against Aduana Stars at the Accra Sports Stadium. Accra folk coming to this game won their last game in the Ghana Premier League by 3-1 against Bekum Chelsea. If you quite remember that game, it took us as a folk until the 82nd minute. That was when they were able to break the deadlock of the game. It was an own goal that was forced by Dennis and Nkrumah Kosa. They scored the second goal from Benjamin York before Victor Edu got the third goal for Folk and route into them winning the game by 3-1. Today they are going to play against the current league leaders of the Ghana Premier League. That's Aduana Stars. So Folk have to make sure that they will play above their level. They will play above what they've been doing currently in the Ghana Premier League. Knowing that yesterday, Asante Kotoko drew their games because of that drawn game that Kotoko got against Ensua. They've now leapfrogged Asante into the second position on the league log. Now, Kotoko have 28 points plus of 25 goals. And because of the superior goal difference that they have over Asante, Kotoko are currently second on the league log with Folk third. So if Folk want to leapfrog Kotoko onto the second position on the league log and also make sure that they will put some daylight between them and Kotoko, then this is a must win for Zlatko Matic charges. Now, coming to this game, one department that was a problem in the first round was the attacking department. Folk scoring goals from the attacking third was something difficult. The strikers wasn't giving them the goals, so they brought in a new striker in Albert Diego Iyonde to be able to make sure they can be able to pounce on the chances that they will be creating. But Albert Diego Iyonde came in his first game, he couldn't score, but that game ended up being one of the best games of Asante because at the same time, Asante scoring 3 goals was something difficult. Now this game have come at a time that Asante have to make sure that they will start building their home grounds. This season, almost most of the clubs that are doing very well have made sure that their home ground is a fortress. You don't come over there and take out points. This season in the Ghana Premier League, Asante's home form hasn't been anything to write home about because in the 9 matches that they played in the Accra Sports Stadium, Asante have won just 3. When you compare it to their away matches, they won 4 matches away. But in terms of their home form, they won 3, drawn 5, and lost 1. So it tells you that if they could be able to turn the drawn games at home into a win, it means the club would have been at the top or at the summit of the Ghana Premier League. Now they are going to play against the best travelers in the Ghana Premier League alongside them because Aduana Stars have 14 points from the away matches that they played. That's 9 matches away. Aduana Stars have 14. Folk 2 have played 8 and they have 14 points away. So it tells you that the Aduana Stars are no novice when they are playing away in any ground. And if you look at the last matches that these two sides have played, since 2021, Aduana Stars is yet to lose a game against Folk. Last season, they came to the Accra Sports Stadium and the game ended 1 goal apiece. It was Kofi Koji that scored the opener for Folk before Bright Ajay leveled on the 80th minute from the penalty spot for Aduana Stars. When they met at Doma last season, Sam Adams scored the only goal for Aduana Stars for them to win that game by 1-0. And the last game that they played this season at the Doma Sports Stadium, Nana Admabadu Park, the game ended with Aduana Stars winning that game too by 1-0. It was Bright Ajay, Mr. CNN, who's currently not in this country, who got that goal for Aduana Stars for them to win that game by 1-0. So Asante's have to make sure that they will marshal the back line very well, because now Justice Tojuche want to prove a point, because when he came into the Aduana Stars setup with huge fanfare, because he was doing very well for Watford before he was signed by Aduana Stars. At the Aduana Stars, he has not been able to give them the goals as they expected him to do. Richard Danso has now come into the team, and they brought in Hans Kofi. You and I know the track record of Hans Kofi, having won the Golden Boot before while playing for Ashgood at Lagos Cities. We saw what he did for them last season. So this time around, in the colours of the Aduana Stars, who are chasing the Ghana Premier League, you want to prove a point and you want to get into the team. So this will be an interesting matchup for other folk. Now the midfielders, Glasson Awako, Seydou Suraj, Eric Eso, Jordan Gill Otanga, Salif Ibrahim Di Maria. I said it in one of my videos that look, now if you look at modern football and how it's going, you don't always rely on your strikers for goals. At times the midfielders have to take matters into their own hands and make sure they deliver the goods for the team. How the folk midfielders have a lot of quality. You look at Glasson Awaku, you look at Seydou Suraj, you look at all the players I just mentioned, and you see quality oozing around them. But one thing that they failed to do this season is to help the club when the club needs them in terms of scoring goals for them. These are players that have showed their predatory instinct, whether playing for the Black Galaxies or playing for their former clubs, or even as a football. Seydou Suraj last season was in around the goals for other folk. Then you look at Glasson at Olympics, he was giving them the goals. But this season at other folk, where they are chasing the Ghana Premier League, where he was supposed to be the leader, giving them the goals, he had failed to do so. But one positive aspect of the game of other folk is that now Victor Edu, who returned on loan, scored on his return. Benjamin York has 4 goals. It means he can build on that one. Albert Diego Yonde, you see him and how he plays, tells you that there's something good come out of him. Yasin Ochen, I don't know whether he has lost track of what he was brought into the club to do. So all the folks players have to start scoring, because the league in Ghana currently is a very cagey one. Now Kotoko drawing have opened up the door for all the folk to extend it. Kotoko have 28 points now, and winning for all the folk, they'll be going to 31 points. That means they will be just a point below Aduana Stars, who have 32 points. So this is a typical 6-pointer. Aduana Stars under Pagosi Fabian have been a different beast altogether. They are playing very well. They know how to grind out results. Last weekend, they went all the way to Bechem to play against Bechem United, and the game ended goalless. So the game that you thought Bechem would win, because last season Bechem made sure that they put Aduana Stars to their smoothness level, but this time around they went there and they were able to grind out the result. So matches that you think these are games the Aduana Stars cannot win, they go and they pick out the victories. That's why this season they won 4 matches away. So this is the game that has folk have to lay down the marker and show their title credentials. Deny your contender 3 points, add up 3 points to your points tally, and you're good to go. So this game is a game down for me. The tactical battle is one thing that I'll be looking out for. Zlatko, Matic, and Pagosi Fabian. How would they be able to cancel themselves out? Because tactically, Matic has it. You look at how his team has been playing, passing up the ball, making sure that they spray the ball around and creating chances. They've been doing it, but one aspect of their team was them taking the chances. The back line is not all that strong, but at least they've been able to keep out some of the teams at bay. But the last league game, they conceded a goal at the Accra Sports Stadium. Then you look at Pagosi Fabian. When he came into the team last season, the Ghana Stars lost almost about their last 12 games in the Ghana Premier League. But he came, he made sure that he took off some of the old guys, brought in some fresh legs into the team, and with those players, he built the core of the side. With Sam Adams, Els Opoku coming back into the team, you look at Godfrey Poku Akil, Stephen Anochi Badu at the back line. Then you look at Idrisu Shaibu, you look at Joseph Ado. These players, some of them are old, some are new, and he has blended them together, and they are doing splendid for Aduana Stars, for a team that have scored just 19 goals in the Ghana Premier League. They scored 7 goals away, 12 at home. But yet still, they're leading the league. It tells you how well that the backline of the Aduana Stars have been playing this season. So they've been able to switch between attack and defense. And that's kind of the of the tactical nouns of Pa Kwesi Fabian. So this is a game that won't see how the two coaches will be able to read out the game, because it will not be an easy game. It will be the little details, the tiny details that will be able to settle this game. Well, Aduana Stars be able to do what they did the last time they came to Accra, or will Folk be able to at long last turn their home ground into a fortress, win 2 consecutive matches on the bounce. They won against Bekum Chelsea in their last home game, and they are now playing against Aduana Stars. So how would this game pan out? It'll be an interesting matchup. I've already mentioned some of the stats. A very difficult game as such, but hey, predicting is what we do most. So I'm going in for double chance for Folk. Folk are not losing this game. Like I said yesterday, Kotoko wasn't going to lose that game, and they got a draw game. So Folks' worst result in this game will be a draw game. Let us know your thought on this game. I am the Madiba official. Please kindly subscribe to the channel for videos like this and many more. Thank you, and may the Lord Almighty be with us all. Bye-bye.